be, freedom be.
Hi, I'm Judy Blair, and I'm an anti-racism consultant specializing in working with white folks. I'm also part of the team at Diverse City, and I'm excited to bring you this video series. In this series, we're taking a look at 15 different aspects of white supremacy culture. Now, when I use the words white supremacy in this context, I am not talking about white supremacists. I'm not talking about Proud Boys or white nationalists. What I'm talking about is white supremacy as an idea. The idea that whiteness is the ideal, that it is assumed, it is the default in our culture. The 15 aspects that we're discussing in this video series come from a list published in 1999 by Tema Okun, an anti-racism activist and trainer. The list itself is the culmination of work by multiple people, including Tema, but also including Kenneth Jones, Daniel Buford, James Williams, Sharon Martinez, and other folks. Over the past 2 decades, the list has served as a useful framework for recognizing, disrupting, and dismantling white supremacy in our day-to-day lives. I want to be really clear here. The values and norms this video series is addressing are not exclusive to Western white culture, and they are not inherently bad or good. They are merely often invisible ways of being that are a part of our socialization. If we want to create a more just and equitable world, we have to interrogate these values when we notice them coming up. We need to check to see if there's an alternate way of being that might provide better, more equitable results. Also, a word of caution. These norms should not be taken as a checklist of behaviors to eliminate, with the alternatives enshrined as the cure for all that ails us. Critical analysis and weighing of these norms when they crop up is vital. There is no shortcut to uprooting white supremacy. Each video in this series focuses on one aspect of the list, and today's aspect is power hoarding. So, what this value is about making sure that whatever power there is in a decision-making process, for instance, I hold it all. And that way, I get to control what happens. I get to use my one right way that I know will work if people will just see the light and appreciate it. And I get to be the boss. This also results in people with power feeling threatened when someone else suggests that maybe we do something differently. A good example of power hoarding is if we think about a meeting agenda, which we can talk about in the context of worship of the written word as hemming us in to a list of things we're allowed to talk about. Someone wrote that agenda, and someone made the decision of when and who could put things on it, right? And so that decision is a hoarding of power by that person. They are holding the power around the meeting agenda. Power hoarding hooks into paternalism, right? Often if we're hoarding power, it's because we think we know how to use it best, and we maybe aren't asking other people how it's affecting them. The thing is, power is not a zero-sum game. Human beings inherently have power. We don't need someone to give us power. What we need is for the space to use our power. And if I allow you to bring your voice into my decision-making process, we are both stronger. I didn't lose any power. We got to make a better decision. So if you see power hoarding cropping up, take a moment, step back and ask, is this serving us in this moment? Is there someone else who should be sharing in this space of power? If there isn't, that's fine. But sometimes there is. So ask the question.
Learn me, I'll learn you. Diversity.